Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to CNN Live News on Channel 4. The lifting of the harsh boundaries between West and East Germany, imposed by the German Democratic Republic in accordance with the USSR, has finally happened on this day, November 9, 1989. Now, for nearly 3 decades, this wall has stood as a symbol of the separation between the communist East and the capitalist West. The bringing down of this wall symbolizes not only the end of the separation of families, which occurred due to the construction of the wall, but also the end of the USSR, the communist enemy of the Western powers. And now, our chief correspondent will report more upon this matter, live from Berlin.
Good evening. Great news from here in Berlin. As we can see, the news spread quickly through the city. Masses are uniting to celebrate this fantastic event. People climb high onto the wall like Hercules in his time climbed onto the defeated Hydra. Excitement rules the streets of Berlin. All that has been bottled up inside is now turned loose. As visible, this man is delighted with the unification and is not wasting time for celebration. This man chooses to express his long-held hatred for the Berlin Wall. The wall is being torn down as we speak. German forces are tearing down this blockade that now, for decades, has held back families and split the country into two. Citizens are rushing from the east to the west, families hurrying to reunite. The masses greet their close one, whom they had not seen for years. The Berlin Wall is finally down. The boundary has been opened. And now, on to a brief documentary on the construction of the wall itself. The construction of the Berlin Wall began on August 13th, 1961. It was the result of the turmoil between East Germany and West Germany. While East was taken by the USSR after World War II, the west part of it was occupied by the Western powers, Britain, France, and USA. Berlin happened to be well within the Soviet zone. Despite that, Western powers kept hold of the western part of the city. This chunk of territory was like a hole in the Iron Curtain. The Iron Curtain is the term that is used for the boundary between the communist and non-communist Europe. To the east of the Iron Curtain, there were all of the European communist countries. To the west, there were the non-communist ones. West Berlin was the exception. Before the construction of the wall, there was free passage from East Berlin to West Berlin. From West Berlin, one could fly over the Iron Curtain and escape to Western Europe. This meant that now people could escape over the Iron Curtain. Shortly after East Berlin declared itself communist, there were mass migrations from east to the west. This caused a problem for East Germany because it showed that life was better in the west than in the east. Also, many of the people that left were skilled professionals. These factors forced East Germany to regulate the movement between East and West Berlin, which caused the construction of the wall. The fall of the Berlin Wall caused lots of joy on the big scale with national celebrations, as well as on the little scale with family reunions. One such reunion happened to the family of the Zodermans next to a train station. Right after the fall of the Berlin Wall, these happy folks met together. Now, Eric, please tell us your story.
Yes, 8 years prior to this day, I decided that the better life for me was in the West, with a better system and more opportunities.
And please tell us how you got across Iron Curtain.
I was smuggled across the border in a diplomat's car. Punishment would be severe if I was caught, but I managed to get through.
Now, Mrs. Zoderman, how do you feel about life in West Berlin?
It's a major improvement from what life was before, because before the wall came down, it was very difficult to support a family as a woman. And when Eric left, I thought that I would never see him again. So it was difficult finding a job, and I just thought that our family would be torn apart.
How did you feel when the wall was brought down?
I was shocked and very relieved, because I didn't see anything like this happening, but once it came down, it was difficult to get through, but it's just, we were just so excited, we just ran down, we ran through, and fortunately we were one of